what is that constitutional status of traditional institutions in Nigeria? Because we know that Nigerian constitutions.
Thank you very much. Like you have rightly said, unlike the 1979 Constitution, the 1999 Constitution has no specific rule. In fact, the 1999 Constitution did not even recognize traditional institutions. But the Constitution made mention of traditional institutions. You see, the way the Constitution operates is that the Constitution will give responsibility. The moment it's given responsibility, it allocates funding for that responsibility. Now, there are some institutions that get funding without responsibility. Now, one of them is the traditional institutions. Even the local government itself has funding in section 162 of the Constitution, but no responsibility. That's why it is subsumed under the state. But in the case of traditional institution, it technically has funding. It is mentioned in section 318 of the Constitution. And on what basis? When it was defining public service of the state, the Constitution made mention of traditional staff of traditional rulers. So which means technically anybody belonging to the staff, anybody belonging to traditional institution, either the traditional ruler or the chief or the people working in the traditional institution are technically staff of the state government. That is what section 318 stipulates.
Technically.
Now, technically, that is why they have the backing. Now, the way they get their funding is that state law, because traditional institution is not mentioned in the exclusive list and is not mentioned in concurrent list, which makes it to be under residual. So state have control. Now, what the state is doing now is for the State House of Assembly to now enact law.
Exactly.
That's why each state of the federation, they have traditional chieftaincy laws of their respective states, where they now, almost all of them, peg the revenue going to traditional institution at 5% from the funding of local government. Sometimes states do add to it, but what they normally do is to aggregate all the money, 5% from all the local government, put it into a cover. Then it is from that cover that they pay the salary, allowances, infrastructure, everything that belongs to the traditional institution based on the grade. So basically, they don't have any traditional, any constitutional function at all. At all, they don't have any responsibility. That's why even the federal government is not funding them, because it's under residual.